There is a video that has stirred up quite a commotion on the internet. The video in question supposedly shows the Challenger 2 getting destroyed in the Kursk region during the Ukrainian offensive. A lot of people have said that the video is either faked or not showing a Challenger 2 at all, but I'm pretty sure that the video is not fake and that it is indeed showing a Challenger 2 tank getting destroyed. Hear me out. In the video, there are several shots where we can clearly see the tank, and based on several clearly visible features, we can positively ID the tank as the Challenger 2. First, the overall shape of the tank points to it being a Challenger 2, or at least a Western-style tank. Next, if we look at the commander's cupola, we will see that it is eerily similar in both shape and position to the one of the Challenger 2. Some people have said that it might be a Leopard 1, but no. Leopard 1 has both commander's and loader's hatches popping out of the turret, and both have the same shape. This would be very much visible from the top. But that is not all. If we also look at the gun, we will see that there appears to be a box on top of the gun mantlet, which could only indicate it being a TOGS-2 thermal module, specific for the Challenger 2. And the way the mudguards protrude out of the front of the hull is very specific for the Challenger 2 as well. A big majority of NATO tanks, including Leopard 2 and Abrams, don't have the mudguards protruding this much. I have also seen people try to claim this is a T-64, because apparently some Telegram channel labeled it as such. But no, just no. There is nothing even remotely similar to a T-64 here. Look at how short the distance between the gun mantlet and the front of the hull is, how long the entire tank is, the placement of the turret relative to the hull, the hatches on the turret, and so on. There is absolutely nothing that even remotely resembles a T-64. How do you even confuse the two? Another reason, other than the tank actually looking like a Challenger 2, why I believe it is one, is because we actually have more evidence that Ukrainians have deployed the tanks in the Kursk offensive. A couple of days ago we got a video from the Russians showing a Kamov Ka-52 engaging a Challenger 2 from a long range. The video abruptly cuts when the tank is hit, so we don't know if it was actually destroyed or not, but it is evident that the Challenger 2 tanks have been deployed. Another evidence for this comes from the Ukrainians themselves, where they show damage one of the Challenger 2 tanks has sustained, but ultimately survived. So, it is pretty much confirmed. Challenger 2s are deployed at Kursk, which makes the probability of one getting destroyed much higher than previously thought. Now that we know that Challenger 2 tanks have been deployed at Kursk and that the tank looks exactly like a Challenger 2, let's tackle the next point about this being fake. That Russians filmed the Challenger 2, but that the tank getting hit and exploding is a different tank in a different location, and that they just put the two videos together to make it seem as it was a Challenger 2 getting destroyed. But it is actually the same tank. If we look at the surrounding area, in the last clip where we can tell it is a Challenger 2, we can see a curved road with a tree line next to it, as well as the power line with transmission towers next to it. What has confused people is that the tank, before getting struck, has actually moved more into the tree line. And if we examine the shape of the road and the power line, we will see that it is actually the same area. Some have also said that the locations are different because we can only see the power line going straight in the part when the tank explodes, while we can see that it is a Challenger 2, it is going zigzag. But it is going zigzag because it connects to a transmission tower and takes a turn. This transmission tower is simply not in the shot of the final part of the footage. If the camera would zoom out or pan more to the right, we would see it. And someone has even managed to geolocate the area. Here we can see both transmission towers. This is the one visible in the first part where we can see that the tank is clearly a Challenger 2, where the power line zigzags, and this is the one in the second part where the tank explodes. And if that is not enough, we got an image of a piece of the tank that exploded, its gun. The Sun covered the story, and they themselves also said it is a Challenger 2. And yeah, they are right. The gun has the same type of grooves in it as the Challenger 2. No other tank used in the conflict has a gun like this. So, judging by this, the tank didn't just pop a turret, it got practically vaporized into pieces, which absolutely can happen since Challenger 2, unlike Abrams and Leopard 2, does not have any safe ammo stowage, but has most of the ammunition charges laying around the hull like Russian tanks do, so it can, and it did, meet a similar fate like most of them. That would be all for now. If you like my content, you can support me on Patreon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a nice day.